and let's get cracking. So hi, thank you all for hopping on. I love that there's more people. This is growing and growing each week, which is awesome, which means we're growing and growing each week, which we really, really like. So we have had Jay talking about high PRS, so I'm going to come in and talk about something that I'm going to blow my own trumpet. We don't toot our horn very often, but I am going to toot my own horn. I can online party pretty well. So I'm not going to give you any backgrounds about why I chose to do them, all of that jazz. I'm going to come straight in with the nitty gritty, get yourselves ready to do it stuff. I'm a green personality, so for me, that's how I like to track. I like somebody to go, boom, 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 this is what you do. So unfortunately, that's how I train, because as much as I try, that's how my mind works. I am very, very structured. So we're going to start with really quickly. Oh, look, we've got some more hopping on. That's good. I'm going to start really quickly with parties. So what we do is called network marketing. We market our products predominantly on Facebook, Instagram, however you choose to do them. But we also have to network. We have to grow our network. When we first join, quite often we think to ourselves, there's quite a few presenters around us. How am I going to get outside of my market? How am I going to get outside of my friends? And sometimes you can smash your way to yellow through your friends. And then you're suddenly like, I've just hit a wall. What do I do? This is where online parties come in. It really, really is. Unfortunately, many people think that online parties will build your PRS. They do build your PRS. I 100% promise you that they do, but they don't instantly build it. They're not a coin operated system, which we're so accustomed to. They're not I finished my party, I'm going to get 200 PRS at the end. But you will get 200 PRS that gradually drip feeds through. Just put my teeth back in on that one. Okay, so online parties will grow your network wide and they will grow your network fast. I have customers that are in New Zealand, Australia, America, Germany, Spain, within this country. And all of them have come through online parties, bar a couple of friends, let's be real. But all of those in different countries have come through online parties, and that's the joy of them. We are so fortunate with Facebook that we can build our audience worldwide, but we need to find a way to do so. Yes, you can go into your hobby groups, you can go into buy and sell groups, but why not build an audience, build your friends list up with people who already enjoy what you do. Done. It's 10 times easier. So online parties, let's go. You can do them however you want. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. You just have to do them. It's going to be a bit of a tough love Zoom today. And I apologise if you think, oh, she's a bit, but it's just how it goes sometimes. You just have to do them, whether they are 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 30 minutes. You just have to do them. I have done them every single way that I think is possible because, as I said at the beginning, I'm a green personality. So I like to research, bring it all together, analyse it, work out what works best for me. So at the moment, my parties are 10 days long. At the moment, I set them up as a group. I have done them in the past as events. Each one has their benefits, each one doesn't. Again, it boils back down to the beginning. You just have to do them. So 10 days is how I do mine at the moment. We need to get a host. Okay, before we even start covering content or anything, we need to get ourselves a host. When you initially join this business, the fast start is 5. Is it 5 parties? Give me a thumbs up, Jay. Is it 5? Yeah. It's 5 parties to kickstart your first section of your fast start. Now, you have family, you have sisters, friends, mums, aunts, cousins that you are so confident with that you can literally be like, hey, you're having a party. End of. They will do it for you because they care about you, okay? So there's no reason you can't instantly get 5. They're going to come back to you probably and say, I really don't want to. And you can say to them, because you're close to them, yeah, it's not really an option. Not really an option. And you get them to do it for you. So that's going to be your first set of hosts. If you've been with us for a little while and you're thinking, well, I've done all of those, how do I get hosts? You just have to ask. And I know that you're watching that thinking, that's such a wishy-washy answer, but it is a fact. You just have to ask, and you have to ask a lot of people. So I will share with you how I get mine. Every single day, I what we call cold message at least 5 people for an online party. Okay, sometimes I will get 1, sometimes I will get none. So we can outright cold message. So you can just message people that you've had a bit of interaction with, so it's not cold, and say to them, hey, I've got a new online beauty class going. I would love to share it with you. I would love to get you a free mascara because I know you will just love it. What do you think? Okay, end it with the question, what do you think? Yes, they're going to come back with some objections, but the majority of those you can overcome. Then on top of that, when you're doing your DMO and you're following up with your customers, they say to you, oh, I've absolutely loved my mascara, thank you. Brilliant, I'd love to get you the liner that works perfectly with it. Most people get the black liner with it. Let's do an online class together and try and get you the eyeliner for free. What do you think? Okay. Secondly, when you are going live, the whole point of going live or sharing a video is to enable you to then interact with people afterwards. A lot of people think, oh, I've gone live, lush, I've done my job for the day. No, all the work comes afterwards. So you go live and you say to them afterwards, thank you so much for watching my live. What did you like best about it? They're going to come back. For instance, today I did a live. She came back and she said to me, oh, I absolutely loved the fact that I didn't realise I had to do my eyes first before doing my foundation. So we had a chit chat. Oh yeah, you don't have to, blah, 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 blah. All of that jazz. She said, oh, I found the tips so helpful, and boom, there, brilliant. Let's do an online class. I can fill it with content that I know that you're going to love. What do you think? She said, oh my God, I would absolutely love that. I then later today set that up, got it sent to her and got her adding her friends, because that's one of my biggest tips. When somebody says yes to you, don't say, this is me being a bit dictatorish, sorry, but don't say, okay, I'll set it up tomorrow, because that gives them time to get up in their head. And you know what we're like when we get up in their head? They'll be like, oh, I don't really want to do that, actually. I don't really know what I've been saying that I'm going to do. Where if you act on it straight away, I set that group up, I messaged her, and take your professional head off, okay? The reason I strongly believe that I'm good at parties is because I'm just me when I'm doing parties. There is no professional head on whatsoever. So I don't message them and I don't say, okay, your group is completely ready for you. If you could just enter the group and add your friends. No, I'm literally like, oh my God, the online class is ready. All you need to do is pop in there, add your friends, and then we can kick this off. I literally can't wait to do this with you. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, okay. And that's it. Literally just still be you. Many of us love makeup and love making friends, and we're female, so we're naturally social. But the second we join Younique, we suddenly put this massive business professional and we're like, hi, we're going to do a party. No, still be you that has that passion. So I get it set up straight away. So they're the ways that you can get your host: following up with your live, following up with your customers, and cold messaging. And if you can strongly make it part of your DMO every single day, I promise, like I can promise you that you will get parties. Like I know 100% you'll get them. So we've got our parties. Now what do we do? As I said before, you can set them up as a group, you can set them up as an event. I've done both. Each have benefits, each have their bits that just don't work for you, but it really doesn't matter. At the moment, I'm currently running them as groups. Originally, everybody ran them as groups and people just got a little bit miffed of being added constantly. So we all switched over to events. Then what happens is so many people go in their head and then they're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. So it all drops. So now I've come back to groups because people aren't doing them. Yeah, so have a group. I have my cover photo as my branding. So my team are called the Makeup Addicts, and it's my slogan is an addiction worth having. Sorry, but I kind of like that. I'm quite proud of myself when I made that up. And I have that up there. I was really proud. It took me ages. And I have that up there. Before you add your host, you do all this background work. And I'm really honest when I do training. When you do your first party, it will feel like a lot of work at first, okay? Because you've got to get it all ready, got to get it prepared. But once you've got it once, that's it, you're done. That's how I can run 10, 20, 30, 40 parties in a month, because it's done. I'm just copying and pasting. So before you add your host, you need one other person for a group. So my poor mum gets added to 400 groups. And she's now learned that once people are added, she's like, right, I'm out. So you want to do your cover photo, whatever you want it to be. There's no right or wrong. I use my my business name, my team name. If you want to make something up on Word Swag, like a lash bash or beauty masterclass, or a picture of you with some brushes, like I'm ready, like it can be absolutely anything you want to. You then want to do a welcome video. Now, before all of you switch off and go, don't make me do a video. I know. But you're here now on this Zoom. The majority of you, I can see your face. This is the same as a video, okay? Nobody is going to watch your video and go, get off my screen, you're really ugly, you're really fat, you're really annoying, I don't like you, I don't like how you've got your hair, I don't like your makeup, and I don't ever want to see your face again, okay? All those things that you think in your head, nobody will be thinking about you. Because it's true, right? It's true. We have that horrible voice in our head that we're like, oh, I can't do it. Yes, you can. You can do it. And there's nothing to hold you back except your voices in your head. And you know what? When those voices talk to you in your head, they're not the truth. It's not real. That's you making that up. So I do a welcome video, no longer than a minute. It is not a glamorous video. It is not me in amazing lighting. It is me on my sofa actually at the moment, and I literally say, hi, I'm so excited to do this online masterclass with you. It's all on Facebook. You don't have to leave your home. I say in mine, you don't have to say this. You can remain in your PJs. You don't even have to wear a bra if you don't want to. Yes, I say that in my welcome video. Then I say, and this isn't mine, this is from Cara Lewis Newton. I then promise them 3 things. I promise them that I'm not going to annoy them. I promise them that I'm not going to be in their inbox going, buy my stuff. And I say to them that I promise that you are going to learn something, and that my goal is that you take away something from this class that you could go into your makeup bag, pick it up and create the look that I've shared with you, and ultimately give you confidence. And then I just literally say, sit back, pop in the group when you've got the time, enjoy the videos, and please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I am here to help you. That's it. That's my welcome video. Then you want to get your host to add her friends. Now, if you do not tell your host that that is what she's got to do from day one, she'll disappear into the vortex. If you have sold her on an online class with never telling her that she's got to add her friends, when you get to that stage, she will disappear. So this is my biggest tip. Don't hide away from the fact of what these parties are. I've done it, trust me. I've gone at them and said, oh, I really want to get you a free mascara. Would you do this for me? And then they say yes. And then I add them and then I say, could you add your friends? And they're like, what? What? You never said I had to add my friends. So be honest. It's better to get one host that knows what she's doing than get 5 who then you set it all up and then they don't do anything. So we've got our host. She's in there. She's added her friends. Hostess coaching is next. I am not a pushy hostess coach. I'm not. I don't tell my hostess to only add 50. If she wants to add 50, if she wants to add 500, she can add as many as she wants. It's completely up to her. I don't tell my hostess that you must post a welcome post, but I do ask her. I do say to her, would it be okay, using the language that we know, would it be okay to just pop in and do a little welcome post? If you struggle with the wording, just let me know because I've got something you can copy and paste. 9 times out of 10, they go, could you send me something to copy and paste, please? The reason that we do this is because, especially with groups, people don't get the notification for groups until they click in it. That's the downside of a group. So when they are initially added and they get that notification, if they don't click on that notification, there's a strong possibility that they won't then see any of the posts. So by their friend, who they know and trust, does a welcome post, they'll be like, oh, Jay's in there. I'm just going to pop in and see what that's in. And that's all we want. We want them to pop in so that the rest of our content will show up on their feed. So I say to my hostess exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to be posting 3 times a day. If you have the time, would it be okay to like and comment? Okay. If you see something that you think a friend would like, would it be okay to tag them in? None of the, if you can do this, 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 and this. Because for me, personally, that would shut me down. I wouldn't want to do it then. And then I would feel pressured. And we all know that people come onto Facebook to have fun and enjoy and learn something. So your content, what do you do? What do you talk about? I am pretty confident that the majority of us here put makeup on our face. I'm pretty sure about it. Otherwise, we might be struggling a little bit in what we do. So that's your content. It doesn't have to be like the YouTube tutorials that you see on makeup. It doesn't have to be. 90 to probably 100% of your audience are not makeup artists. They're not makeup artists. The majority of unique presenters are not makeup artists. Let's just forget Jay, just wipe her out of the equation for a second. They're not makeup artists, but what you are is somebody who knows their products. That's all you have to be. All you have to be is somebody who knows their products. Instead of saying, let me just pick something up because I'm such a kinesthetic. Like, instead of saying, oh, look at this mascara, it's absolutely fabulous, say, right, ladies, anybody out there who has an utterly pants curl on their lashes, this bad boy is going to help you. Okay? Solve a problem. What is it that you've got that will solve a problem? Instead of saying, this liquid gold foundation is like a flawless finish. That just makes me nod off like saying it out loud. Say to them, do you have rosacea? Do you have redness? If you do, I've got something for you that won't feel like you are caked in makeup. Everything before you think of posting, creating a photo, and this applies for your profile really, if we're honest, before you think of doing everything, think of what problem you can solve. Because there are products out there that are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And the reason that people buy them is because they are sold on what that product will make them feel after. Okay? It's what it will make them feel like after. So your content can be base face, so like butt naked face, all the way to a full face. You could do that over the 10 days. So you could do, okay, ladies, why do we cleanse our skin? We cleanse our skin because blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to share with you mine. Why do we cleanse our skin? Blah, 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 blah. Then I come on to masks. Why? The way I advertise my masks are, if you are super, super lazy and you can't be bothered to cleanse and tone every day, because there's many people out there like that, a mask will be your friend, because it will. If you're lazy, a mask will pick you up. And we've obviously got 4. Just forget the new one. So at the moment, we've got 3 masks, and I will go through what each of those masks will do. Once I've done my skincare, I will talk about rose water, how that has helped me with my rosacea and my redness. My redness is raised at the moment. Nothing to do with my redness. It's because I had a glass of wine, just to get that out. Once I've done that, I move on to primer. Okay, I knew nothing about primer before I started. So primer actually takes up a whole day for me because I'm just so excited about primer now. So I will do a photo about how the primer stops you looking like an orange skin. I will do a video of the primer just on the back of my hand and show the difference of when you put an eyeshadow colour on it. Then I will talk about the eye primer. Then I literally walk through as if you were doing your whole face. So I do my eyes first. I will do a couple of days of eye looks, starting with, I call it like the beginners, so cream shadows, because they're super easy. Anybody can use them. They don't crease. So don't be afraid to reach out to your older ladies and say, I know that you're worried about your eyeshadow creasing. This will stop them creasing. Then I move on to palettes and so on. Then I progress to mascara, face, so concealer, foundation, throw in some tips with the setting powder, and then I move on to lips. So all the different lip products that we've got. And then the last couple of days of your party is when you're rounding it up. So you want to start talking about what this opportunity has done for you. So I always have a photo of all of my makeup collection, and I just say to them, look, check out the Makeup Addicts addiction worth having. I got all of this for free. Start planting the seeds. And then I do a raffle ticket entry system. This is my golden nugget. Throughout the week, every other day, I say that there will be a raffle draw at the end of my class. Then what I do at the end is I go through the list of people. Now, if anybody's commented or liked, I would tend to pick them first. If nobody's commented or liked, I will go through the friends list, the names, and see who I have the least amount of friends with, and I will choose them. And I tell them that you have won the raffle draw, which is a skincare sample pack and a lash link. What's a lash link? It's another party. So you always leave with a party. You only have to get 3 to 5 parties, and then you'll just be rolling for the rest of the year. Trust me when I say that to you. Okay, so I've only got 10 minutes. Working your parties. You can't just post and run. You need to work them behind the scenes. So the amount of people that are added at the end, your ultimate goal is to get them to accept your friend request. Now, on average, you will make 5 to 10 friends per party. And I know you're thinking that's a lot of work. It's not a lot of work because you've made your script, you're just copying and pasting. But here's the magic. Those 5 to 10 friends that you make, they are warm market people. They have just spent 10 minutes with you, 10 minutes, 10 days with you, and they know what you do. They know you are a makeup girl. They know that you sell unique. They know your personality. And at the end of those 10 days, they've still accepted your friend request. I always think it sounds awful when you say it like that. So they still are like, oh, I quite like her. I quite like her, and I like what she has to share. So you add that friend. And that's it. That's the joy. And those friends that you added, you put them into your 100 list or whatever system. I don't know if you have different systems to me, but you get them in there, you build the relationship, and they will become your customers. I promise they will become your customers. If they don't become your customers, they will become your team. They will become your team, I promise. But yeah, that's what online parties are about. Initially, it will take you, it's not hard work, it just will take you a little bit of time to create your script. But once it's done, it's done. I keep the same script for 3 months, because even when I've done the raffle ticket entry system and she says, and the friend of that person says, yes, I'll be happy to hold one, the people she'll add to her group are not the people that were already in that group. So it's new and it's fresh to your audience at all times. But that's it. Just really quickly, because I've only got 7 minutes. If you've never done a party before, if you feel like within your business you've never really launched your business, then you can do a launch party. These are slightly different. The principles are the same, except for you're going to create a group, which tends to be your VIP group. So I don't know if we've got any new ones on here. You can set up a group. Me and Jay have both got groups that you can be added to if you want to have a look at some content. But now I'm going to go into like my passion side of it. Parties are easy, okay? They are super, super easy. The only thing that you're worried about is the fact that you're worried your content isn't going to be good enough. That you can't get them wrong. You can't get them wrong. As long as when you're talking and you're sharing your products, you're solving a problem, you can't get it wrong. In my opinion, and I apologise if it's harsh, the only way you can get them wrong is if you are, here is epic, it's £19. That's how you'd get an online party wrong. If you get no comments, no likes, no interaction, it doesn't matter. Most of my parties have no interaction, no comments, no likes, nothing, absolutely nothing. People message me all the time asking to be added to my parties because I think they're going to see this massive extravaganza of 400 comments per post, and there isn't. And it doesn't matter about the likes and comments. It doesn't matter about that little seen number that you think, only 2 people have seen it. It doesn't matter. What matters is at the end of the week, you are growing your network. We're network marketers. Online parties are your network section of being a network marketer. I have friends in what feels like every country. I have customers nearly in every country that we are in. I do parties in different countries all the time. I would never have got those customers if I hadn't done a party. I would never have got them. We've only got 5 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. But if you have any questions, just message me and Jay, because we're both quite passionate. But if you have any questions now, unmute yourself and fire at me.
Can I just say one quick thing, Kirsty, before we have any questions? And I'll make it really, really quick. Firstly, if you are new and you are watching this and you're just going through Kirsty's script going, oh my God, I can't all do that stuff because I haven't got any of that stuff. You have got an amazing presenters kit that you can use and utilize. And truthfully, you can do 2 to 3 days on mascara alone, but just phrase it differently. Phrase it differently with each post you do. Focus one on the lengthening, focus one on the volume and the buildability and all of that stuff. So focus it differently. Don't freak out at this point, because I know it sounds like it's quite a lot of work, but it really, really isn't. And the second thing to say is, like Kirsty just said, the key goal is to build your network, because that is where your customers are going to come. Yes, you will get sales, but most of the time, like, a lot of them won't qualify and a lot of them won't get any sales at all. But don't ever feel bad or guilty about that, because you've done your job and you've done it well, and that isn't the goal. Your customers, I promise you, will come to you because they're now joining you as friends, and then seeing you on your wall, and they will come back to you, and then they will come very regular customers or presenters with you because they've seen what you do. So you are never, that's never a failure if you haven't got a sale. If anything, if you've done $10,000 in sales but added no friends, it's great for your bank account short term, but ultimately that is not the goal. It is the networking side of things that you're doing here, and it's showing people, ultimately, the easier you make it for yourself, that is what people are going to join you for as well, because it needs to be a duplicatable thing as well. So you don't have to overcomplicate these things. You don't have to make them crazy. Just answer questions and see what you want to do, and don't freak out about making the videos yourself, because truthfully, and Kirsty, I'm sure you'll back me up, my first parties were freaking shocking. And frankly, some of the ones I was doing 3 months ago, I look back and go, good God, woman, what the hell are you doing? Like, why is your nose so big? Like, we all do it. It doesn't matter. Like, every time I create a new party script, I look back at the old one and go, oh, that was crap. You learn as you earn. That is the point. The worst you're going to do is not do it. That is it. So do them and learn as you go. Don't be scared. And the sooner you do it, the less that fear will take you over. Sorry, just had to put that out there.
No, and just agreeing with you. If you're pretty new, you have enough within your kit. They make that kit so that you have enough. There's enough there. And if you are getting yourself in a real tizzy about videos, set your first few parties with just pictures, as long as they're pictures of you. And just a really quick thing, don't
do that in a video.
Don't let that voice in your head stop you. And it's easy for me to sit here and say that to you because I've overcome that. I wasn't this person. The idea of doing a Zoom would have shut me down. The idea of doing a live would have shut me down. And there's no reason why it should shut you down. It really is only that voice in your head. That voice saying to you, don't do that, you're going to look an idiot. No one's going to watch you. No one's going to want to buy off you. No one's going to want to join you.
I've got a question.
Yeah, go.
I've got a party booked. It was meant to be for last Saturday, but she's booked it for next Saturday. But I keep asking her to invite people, but she hasn't.
Is it at home or an online
event?
Okay.
I've asked her to message her friends, say that she's having an online event. Could they join in and have a look around the website? But she still hasn't invited anyone.
If that was me, we've only got less than a minute. If that was me, if you've asked her a couple of times and she's not doing it, in my experience, I would write that off. I would ask her one more time, and then I would just say to her, look, I don't know if you're too busy or if this is just not the right time for you, but don't worry, I've cancelled the party and we can do it in a couple of months. Would that be okay?
Okay, that's fine. I'll do that.
I'm glad you shared that, because that happens a lot. People say yes and then they drop out.
And it's not about you. They haven't done it. It's about you. They'll just forget. They're just rubbish. People are like that, and we're all like it. Imagine that these stuff happens. It's never about you, ever. Trust me.
Okay. She just says she's busy.
Yeah, and she might be.
Yeah.
She might be.